I've been using the iPhone 15 Pro Max for the last 8 months. And now begs the question, should you buy the iPhone 15 Pro Max? And how's the experience been in the last 8 months? Because WWDC 2024 just finished and the iPhone 15 Pro Max got every single new Apple iOS 18 feature available. Actually, it was the only iPhone to ever be released to get Apple Intelligence. So it begs the question, should you still buy the iPhone 15 Pro Max in 2024? And is this phone finally future-proof? So if you are excited, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about my iPhone 15 Pro Max experience 8 months later. Well, for starters, WWDC finished and this was the only iPhone to get Apple Intelligence. So I gotta say, I'm super thrilled for that. Well, I'm not thrilled for the new iPhones like the iPhone 15 that won't get that. But for my own experience and for my own iPhone, I'm super happy. This means that the iPhone 15 Pro Max will get the same features, the same AI features as the iPhone 16. And this was a big question 2 weeks ago when I made the video comparing the iPhone 15 Pro Max against the iPhone 16 Pro Max and if you should wait or not for the iPhone 16. Now, I gotta say, if you currently need an iPhone, then buying an iPhone 15 Pro Max is actually a good choice because this phone will be future-proof. Yes, this phone will get every new AI feature from iOS 18 and maybe onwards. So I'm quite impressed with this phone, with the capabilities of this phone to retain its value. It was the only iPhone in the lineup that still got AI, while the other iPhones didn't, although they were new, like the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus. So this is an extra point for the iPhone 15. But if it's not a good phone, then it's not worth buying. So how's my experience been? Well, really good. I think that the iPhone 15 Pro Max in the last 8 months just got better with time. Just like wine, this phone aged incredibly well. Yes, every time that I picked it up, every time that I use it, I feel, whoa, this was the perfect buy. The cameras, the hardware, the color, everything is top notch on this phone. It's my favorite iPhone ever and definitely my favorite piece of tech that I've ever bought for mobile devices. Yes, not computers, but for mobile devices, this has been incredible. The cameras here are truly insane. The lock capabilities, the photos that you can take out of this phone are incredible. As for the OLED display, well, it was really close to the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and in the last 8 months, I did not notice that much of a difference. Probably only on the bezel size was the biggest change on the iPhone 15s. Because again, this is a 2000 nits peak brightness display. The iPhone 14 Pro Max, I think, was a 1500 nits peak brightness display. Outside, you can notice the difference under direct sunlight. This is incredible for shooting videos and photos outside under very harsh lighting. But inside, normal use cases, you won't notice the difference between this display and the iPhone 14 Pro Max's display. They are both really smooth. They have both 120 Hz. They are both OLED displays. So yes, the display was probably the only change that wasn't that big. As for the action button, well, I did not use this that much in the last 8 months. It became a huge gimmick that I don't think you should give that much importance and that much attention on. So imagine that the iPhone 15 Pro Max did not have the action button. I would be totally okay with it and I would have made the same review today. And then there's of course the other things like USB-C. They are such a big improvement in your life that at the beginning you don't really notice, but then after a few months you think, oh my god, I totally got rid of my lightning cables. I only have one cable to rule them all. My camera, my microphones, every single device in my life that I use for work, for this YouTube channel, runs on USB-C. Even now, my M4 iPad Pro has USB-C, my MacBook Pro has USB-C, my AirPods have USB-C, my iPhone has USB-C, my camera has USB-C, so everything is actually charged via USB-C. And that's a really cool thing. With the iPhone 15 Pro Max, we got USB-C. At the beginning, everyone was very happy with it. Then the hype died down a bit, but I gotta say, after 8 months, it has been a huge life improvement, and I cannot go back to Lightning. I hate Lightning now. I think it's a terrible port, not because of its performance, no, but because it's not cross-compatible with every other device. Now, I can simply think, does my mom's computer charger is at home? If it is, I can simply charge my iPhone on there. So I simply need to find a charger from any other device and charge my iPhone. Also, data transfer is much faster now. if you don't know, I record vlogs with this iPhone. This is my primary vlog machine, vlog camera. And so I need to transfer the vlogs footage from this iPhone to my MacBook Pro in the shortest amount of time possible. Time is money on this game. And yeah, for me, USB-C was huge. Simply because the USB-C speeds, this is USB-C 3.0, while Lightning cables are USB-C 2.0. So these are much faster transferring footage from this iPhone to the MacBook Pro. One thing that I would like to see changed in the iPhone 16 would be the addition of a Thunderbolt port instead of the USB-C 3.0 speeds. This would make it even faster transferring big files, especially 4K log footage. It's quite heavy. But again, as you can see, vlogging, life improvements, USB-C, cameras, build quality, the new titanium frame still looks brand new, no scratches, no damages. The iPhone 15 Pro Max durability is insane. Even on the battery side, the battery health, this is perfect still. I think it's still at 99% almost 1 year later, 8 months later, 8 months and a half. So I gotta say, this phone really surprised me. Super durable, the screen is incredible. The color, this natural titanium color with the titanium sides just look really nice. And it did not disappoint me in one single point. No, everything that Apple promised on this phone was delivered. And those, when that happened, well, those are incredible feats. Because normally, one feature, normally one promise is broken. Because not everything is perfect, but this iPhone is really close. One thing that I gotta say that is not that close to perfection and Apple could improve is the video quality and the background blur that you get on your video. Yes, I really love this creamy background blur on my camera side. And when I use my mirrorless camera, I can get it. The big issue with the iPhone though is that the sensors are too small. So I would say if Apple could put a little bit bigger sensors, or at least sensors big enough to create this natural background blur on videos, oh my god, that would be a game changer for lots of people. Other than that, this phone is simply perfect. I cannot find any issues with it. In the beginning, it had some issues with heating, and lots of people ask me, does the iPhone 15 Pro Max or the iPhone 15 still overheat? No guys, it doesn't. Since the first week that Apple solved that issue. I don't know why still people believe it's actually possible this phone to overheat, but now there's no issue close to that. So I gotta say, this is the perfect iPhone and iOS experience. And I understand why lots of people buy the iPhone Pro models instead of the normal iPhones. They have one extra camera, the telephoto. They have the incredible Thunderbolt port and USB-C. They have the 120Hz Pro Motion display, which is super creamy and buttery smooth. And all of this on this incredible package just makes the iPhone Pro model for $200 more super interesting to buy. And actually way more appetizing than the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus. So now we finally got a big difference between these iPhones 8 months later, and it's actually Apple Intelligence. So from now on, I cannot recommend you buying the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus, especially the iPhone 15 Plus, because the price that you pay, which is almost like $900, close to that, it's not worth it. For extra $100, you can get a better iPhone with better cameras, log capabilities, and of course now Apple Intelligence and all of the AI features coming to iOS 18. So do not buy the iPhone 15, do not buy the iPhone 15 Plus. The only iPhones you should buy from now on is the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. And you can still get them new, you can still get them on a discount if you can find them, but for sure, you should not buy them full price. These phones are almost 8 months right now, and so buying them full price is not your best financial decision. In about 2 months, 3 months, they will devalue about 20%. So it's not a good decision buying an 8-month-old iPhone for the same price. Wait a bit and get a cheaper iPhone 15 or the iPhone 16. But that's the talk for the other video that I had. I don't want to go deep in that matter. I just want to say that my experience with the iPhone 15 Pro Max has been great. And now I'm going to go a little bit on a deep dive on the camera side, because I do believe that this was the first iPhone that can truly replace a camera in my life. The iPhone 15 managed that, because whenever I want to go out and take photos, I have a mirrorless camera. I love that. I love to take photos on my Sony a6700. But this was the first iPhone that I thought, should I leave my camera at home and take the iPhone? Because this is truly compact, super light and easy to carry around, does not attract lots of attention, but it still can get incredible shots, incredible video. Nowadays, smartphones record your life. Nowadays, smartphones create your memories for the future. And so having the best camera possible for me is the most important thing on a phone. And Yes, I reviewed the Samsung S24 Ultra, reviewed the Pixel 8 Pro. But in the last 8 months, truly, the best camera that I've ever used was the iPhone 15 Pro Max's camera. This camera surprised me every single time that I use it. Camera quality, video quality, especially video quality, is just insane. If you download the Blackmagic camera app, there's no excuse not to make videos anymore for YouTube. Yes, this is the perfect YouTube camera. The video quality is super crisp, super nice. The only thing that you miss, again, is the creamy background blur as you can see on my video. Other than that, the video quality is super close to a mirrorless camera. Vlogging on this, super useful, super handy, because it's super thin, like this, way smaller than a camera, does not attract attention whenever you go to public places or public spaces, and on top of all of that, it's an iPhone. You have an incredible screen, an OLED display, you have so much space. This one is a 256 model, you can get 2 terabytes, I think. So there's enough features here to justify the price. Even if you don't consider the camera's important things, this is still a great phone that justifies the price. But on top of that, you add up the incredible camera system. This is more of a camera than an iPhone. So at the end of the day, you are buying a camera with an iPhone attached. So truly believe that in the next 2 generations of iPhones, maybe we are getting close to a camera replacement, a full camera replacement. But right now, the last 8 months, these performed really well. All the photos were very natural, close to life and to reality. The video was incredible. The nighttime photos were really good. Astrophotography, portrait photography, so many new styles and things that you can do on your iPhone right now and do it really well. I still remember the first time that we were enabled to take portrait photography on the iPhone. It was on the iPhone 7. And now, a few years later, I would say like 7 years later, 8 years later, we got incredible iPhones and incredible camera phones. Apple shot their entire event on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I've shot entire videos on this iPhone also. So now, this is for the first time a camera replacement. And this made this iPhone for me the best iPhone that I've ever bought and the best upgrade that I've ever experienced. If you don't know, I used the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Coming to this iPhone 15 Pro Max was a huge jump, even bigger than the iPhone 12 Pro jump that I did from the iPhone 8. So yes, the iPhone 15 Pro Max experience was great and I don't have any complaints about it. The only thing that I would say could improve is the battery life. This could be even better. There's always room for improvement, and this is a 1.5-day phone, could be a 3-day, could be a 4-day phone. But at the end of the day, you can still finish your day with battery. You won't probably kill the Pro Max model, while the iPhone 15 Pro, it's a different story. Other than that, these two are basically the same phones. The only differences will be, again, the telephoto lens. On the iPhone 15 Pro, you have a 3x telephoto. On the iPhone 15 Pro Max, you have a 5x telephoto. Other than that, not that much of a difference. So, to finish up, I totally think that this iPhone was worth the money. And if you are thinking of buying the iPhone 15 Pro or 15 Pro Max right now, in June of 2024, I will say, well, try to buy it on a discount. Try not to spend $1,000, $1,100, $1,200 on this iPhone. Try to get it a little bit cheaper because we are only 3 months away from the release of the iPhone 16s. But if you do really need an iPhone right now, you will be really well served. I don't think that for 99% of people, the new changes coming from the iPhone 16 will be significant. But if you do really enjoy an iPhone, if you do really enjoy titanium, if you do want USB-C and a really good camera, the iPhone 15 Pro Max has all of that. Together with all the incredible durability features with this iPhone, the new titanium frame, the new battery chemistry that Apple did that improves battery health, all of these features coupled together makes this iPhone 15 Pro Max the most durable iPhone that I've ever used, and I can totally recommend it in 2024. This is future-proofed. This is WWDC 2024 certified, so if you want to grab one, go for it. You will get all the new Apple Intelligence and iOS 18 features. So, let me know in the comments below which iPhone did you use in the last 8 months, and if you have an iPhone 15 Pro Max, let me know your experience. Thank you guys for watching, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, bye bye.